Well, welcome back. We're just waiting for the players to get in their cars and have their cups of tea. So we're going to join round 4, the second race tonight of the F2 Sprint League here in AOR. And I'm watching the screen, desperately hoping there isn't a problem. Benny, you just having a waiting for players thing spin round and round?
Yeah, I've just got the waiting for players. So hopefully
Okay.
we'll get straight into the swing of it.
Yeah, here we go then. So Mr. Robin
Right,
will
we've got a dry
start
race.
on pole from De Thomas, Joshua Luke, and Norrell will start 4th.
And here we go. I'm going to keep an eye on Joshua.
Right. Oh dear, I seem to have lost. Here we go. Sorry about that. Mr. Robin has been taken by De Thomas. I lost that stream. Schnitzel's 3rd, so they're away.
Got away. Remember what I said just before? De Thomas gets clean air. I think he'll be away. He's one to watch.
Whoa, the two Renaults
Apple?
very close. Advanced Apples has plunged all the way down to 8th place. But Joshua Luke and Schnitzel are going side by side for 3rd.
Oh, they will contact the wheels. That could have been a push off the track there.
And Joshua Luke and Schnitzel are still side by side. And Nesrin is trying to take advantage. De Thomas leads, Mr. Robin 2nd. The two Renaults very close to Schnitzel in 3rd. De Thomas runs wide through the Singapore sling.
Where is...
Oh, a 5-second stop-go penalty for corner cutting for that Brown guy, but nobody's retired, so a relatively clean start from what we could see.
Oh, we've got a yellow flag.
Let's go back to Dika, who's right up behind Washi. Right, sorry, we're going to go back to Henrik, who's in 6th place and has got past, is fended off Cam in 7th. So, right, let's take stock. De Thomas leads, Mr. Robin 2nd, Schnitzel is 3rd, 4th Joshua Luke, 5th Norrell, 6th Nezra 92, Cam is 7th, and Lakitu, the winner of race 1, is in 8th. And let's go with him.
There we are, Thomas with the fastest lap with a 1:46, and he goes, who's going well?
Schnitzel is up the inside of Mr. Robin. They are side by side into turn 3.
Just lost 2 places.
Oh dear, it goes from bad to worse for him. So Schnitzel makes the move on Joshua Luke, but De Thomas, you are right, is pulling out a gap already. He's nearly 2 seconds clear already as Schnitzel is really close.
Guys in the pits changing their front wings already.
Okay, who's in the pits?
Infinity and Ulkey all coming in to change their wings.
Right, okay, so there has been more trouble.
Tyre change as well. They're going on. What's they going on?
Softs?
They're going on the softs.
Okay, right. So, breath of start, but fairly clean. Schnitzel is the man to watch though, because he is really looking like he wants to get by Mr. Robin. I think Schnitzel, in theory, is a quicker driver than Mr. Robin, so I would expect him to get through.
Well, Mr. Robin, previous F8 league racer. So this is a credible drive from him, because he wasn't, with all due respect, wasn't that quick in the F8 league.
No, you're right, he did well. I'm finishing 8th genuinely in the first race.
Yeah. So he's doing well to fend off Schnitzel for now, but that delta is coming down. But
De Thomas, he pulled it out to 1.8, and it's not really gone any further. So perhaps he's happy just to leave the gap, at 2 seconds or so.
I'm just watching Lakitu, because between Lakitu, Advanced Apple, and Nezran, there's going to be some overtakes coming down this pit straight.
Okay, you keep an eye on that, because I'm just watching the battle for seconds. I think it's going to be a battle here with Schnitzel, who's going to try and get the inside. Does he make it stick? All side by side as Dika does the fastest lap of the race, but Schnitzel has done it. He's up to 2nd place, so this could be his 2nd podium from the first 4 rounds. But Mr. Robin, you keep an eye and tell us what's going on with that battle, because I am watching
Cam and Lakitu, who are side by side.
Joshua
Luke.
Luke.
Battle these two are having.
Okay, Joshua Luke is up the inside. Let's go back to that one then.
You've got Dika, Advanced Apple.
Whoa.
Cam, there's 5 of them.
Basically the top 5, and then everyone else is in 6th, because it's Lakitu in 6th, Cam 7th, Extreme at 8th, all quick guys.
So De Thomas pulling pulling away ever so slightly, but Schnitzel has really closed the gap actually now. That delta's just dropped 4/10.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think he could potentially have the pace to catch down to Thomas, but we are watching at the moment. Oh, wheelbarrow there between Lakitu and Norrell.
Who's that?
Down the straight.
Dak Brown spun the car.
Oh dear, he's not having a good day. So Lakitu moves up to 5th. The winner of the last race. And it's mayhem. I don't know where to look next. Cam is 7th, but he's got Extreme all very close behind him.
Keep an eye on Washi in 11th place. He's only 1.2 seconds behind the carnage that awaits him at front. And if he gets involved, then wow, what a battle we're going to have.
Okay, I'm looking at Lakitu now, who's 5th, 0.2 of a second behind Mr. Robin. Oh, Lakitu's nearly lost it out of the final corner. He's going to lose positions as Cam has to weave to get by him. And Lakitu's lost 3 spots as Cam goes down the inside. And I've looked at the wrong thing. 3-second time penalty for Washi.
Yeah.
Oh, out goes Lakitu, and so's Cam.
What
goodness me. And they're all ghosting, thankfully, but those two... Oh, there's a big crash there as Tom and Idika get together, and Idika's got wing damage, bad wing damage.
Look at Washi. Washi up into 7th position from 13th.
He's 7th on the road. I think he'll be 9th at the moment with this 3-second penalty, but there's enough time for him to make up positions as there's a move ahead for Mr. Robin and Extremer, who are going to come together. They do touch each other lightly, but they live to fight another day. 3-second penalty for Olkey as well.
Let's just keep an eye on Schnitzel, because that delta now has come down a second.
Yeah, he's really close to it. We're going to keep an eye on that. Idika is 0.2 of a second behind Washi. So you keep an eye on that delta, Ben, if that's okay, and I'll just watch this battle for 7th.
That Toro Rosso really coping well into these nighttime conditions.
Riding on board now with Idika. And I'm going to go back to the battle at the front, because there's 0.3 of a second now between De Thomas and Schnitzel, who we ride on board with. And I think De Thomas is going to put up a fight here, surely. Start of lap 5. Yeah, he's going to get DRS, isn't he, shortly, I think.
So what do we have here?
Mr. Robin and Norrell go side by side. Mr. Robin round the outside. Norrell.
Washi's lost the position.
And we're riding aboard again with Schnitzel. Through the fast right kink. Down to turn 7. They break evenly. Schnitzel really wants to get by as Henrik, there's from 92, sorry, has set the fastest lap at 140.719. And De Thomas loses it as Schnitzel is through. De Thomas just lost it under acceleration there. So a change in the lead. Now, will De Thomas be able to get back?
He needs to be careful now, because Joshua, his delta, has dropped from 1.1 second to, where are we now? Well, half a second down.
Right, okay. Whew. Right, need to catch my breath here. Lap 5, we've still got 2/3 of the race left. So Schnitzel leads De Thomas from Joshua Luke, who's now looking as though he wants to go past De Thomas. These two, the Renault and McLaren, seem to be closely matched in all the races so far, and consistent finishers as well.
One thing to consider is the tyre compounds that the drivers are running. The majority of them are on ultra softs, other than Idika, who's on the super softs, and Advanced Apple and Olkey, who are on the softs. So will that play into Idika's hands with the pit strategy? Will he run right to the end on that compound?
We'll have to wait and see. That's certainly a possibility as Joshua Luke comes in to the pits on lap 6. So he's the first one. Sorry, not Joshua Luke, it's De Thomas. Comes into the pit. That brown guy gets the penalty. He's going to move on to the softs.
So where will this bring Idika? Well, there you are. He's already moved up a couple of places there.
So De Thomas in the McLaren is going to come out, I believe, in 8th. He is. There's no one anywhere near him. Tom is a few seconds back. So back to the leaders and take stock on lap 6. So Schnitzel leads. Joshua Luke is only a second behind. I think these two could run close for the rest of the race.
Well, the Haas driver, Lakatu, is in the pits and he's changing his front wing. So clearly some contact earlier on there, and he's off out on the super softs.
That's a shame for him after that win.
Yeah, he's going to lose some valuable time there.
Yeah, and he's rejoining behind Tom, I believe, as Olkey goes and overtakes them both. We're watching Lakitu, a great onboard view from his rear wing.
Well, this is going to be interesting because Ayedika, who's currently in 5th, who went on the super softs, is now half a second behind Norrell in 4th, and that delta is dropping, and they've still got to come into the pits, so this could play into Ayedika's hands here.
Yeah, you're right. These two battle each other. They're going to lose potential time here. So we're watching this battle now. So Norrell in the Red Bull in 4th place with Ayedika behind him. Norrell, who finished 10th and 6th in the first 2 races, British driver, so pretty consistent in the first rounds, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold off Ayedika, who's probably a quicker driver.
No,
he's coming to the pits.
Schnitzel. Yep, Schnitzel's in.
So Schnitzel's in. Let's go to see how he's doing.
So Joshua staying out on those ultra softs, 7 laps in.
Interesting.
They'll be around about 35 to 40% tyre wear.
Yeah, cause, I mean, it's not like he's trying to stretch it so he can go on a softer compound, because he'll presumably go on the super softs anyway. So we'll see if that works out.
Strategy.
You've got to imagine he's going to be in the next lap.
It would have to be. He'd lose way too much time to Ayedika.
So Joshua Luke, we're going to ride on board with him, and he is leading by 13 seconds from Ayedika. Washi is 3rd, yet to stop. Schnitzel is 4th. To Thomas, Nesran, Extrema, Norrell, Mr. Robin and Lakitu. There's been a move there, I believe.
Yeah, been a great battle between Dat Brown and Lakitu.
Dat Brown guy, he's had a few penalties, but he's still going. And remember, it's not points for 10th place in the second race. Points only go down to 8th. So it's like the real life Formula 2, or GP2 as it used to be called. Riding on board with that Brown guy in the Sauber. First chance to see how he drives. This is the curb there. You see, you lose space and time if you don't take the curb at that corner.
I'm just watching Jason down in 16th, who's having a bit of a lonely race there.
Oh, Nesran's got a 3-second time penalty, so is Olkey. And there's a change in position there. Ooh, as Tom hits the back of Olkey before Cinder and Mercedes going toe-to-toe. Tom is right under his gearbox. He's going to come down the inside. And he makes it stick up to 13th place.
Great
Meanwhile,
driver.
Joshua Luke has come out of the pits just in front of De Thomas. Ooh, they're side by side.
That was close.
And Henrik's right there as well.
Well, this is going to be interesting.
So this is 4, 5, 6 as it stands, but I think when the pit stops shake out, it's going to be for 2nd, 3rd and 4th, as Joshua Luke runs side by side again with De Thomas down the outside this time. 3-second time penalty for De Thomas. Oh, that's a shame. That's going to ruin this battle somewhat. Joshua Luke holds the line. Henrik, his teammate in the Renault, looks like he's going to go through as well. De Thomas takes the position back. Now he doesn't. And then Henrik takes the position. Oh look, they're just all in the same position. That's much easier. Who's going to come out on top of these 3 guys overall, do you think?
For me, it has to be Nesran. He's the most competitive.
He is a little bit, is he? Bless his Swedish socks.
Just a tad.
But he is still got De Thomas in his mirrors. I was saying to McQuiz last week in Monza that I thought it was quite tricky. If you're in a battle chasing someone, but you've also got someone in the mirrors, that's quite distracting where to look. And he said, oh no, it's no problem. How do you find it if you're in the middle of a battle?
Personally, I hate it. I've really struggled to keep an eye on the guys behind and lose concentration. And I don't like it, if I'm completely honest.
No, I agree. Washi's in the pits, so this will be interesting to see where he comes out. Can you remember where he was before the pit stop round started?
Who's this now?
Washi.
Sorry. Oh, Washi was.
He was the outskirts of the top 10, wasn't he, or something?
He was, yeah. He was down to a 12th, 13th.
Right, he's 7th. Oh, and Lakitu's got a penalty. So the penalties are really starting to come in this race. So Washi will stay on board as he comes out. He's going to come out, I believe, in 8th. So let's get back to the battles up front. De Thomas chasing down Nesrin. This is the battle for the final podium position. But Schnitzel, I think, has got this made, hasn't he, Ben?
Well, he should do. He's, you know, almost 6 seconds ahead of Joshua now. It's his to lose.
Now, here we go. There's
Joshua and Nesran battling
yeah,
out.
they're good friends, I think, off track. So this will be an interesting one, and teammates on track.
And the different compound tyres as well. So this will be interesting. Nesran on the ultra softs.
Mr. Robbins retired. Yeah, Robot War starts at 9, so that will be why that is. Back to this battle. Joshua Luke is trying to keep up with teammate.
Is in the wall. Advanced Apple is in the wall.
Oh, yeah, he's lost it. I can't see where that is. Can you notice where he lost it?
Can't see where it is.
I think that's down after the far section in turn 7, possibly.
You may be right.
Back up to the leading positions.
Oh,
sorry.
Dap Brown's lost it. Just after the bridge checked.
Oh, what a shame for him. He was having a better second half of this race after some early problems. But yeah, he's down to 12th. He's retired as well.
Shame. Yeah, he shouldn't have retired. He just lost the back end, got on the accelerator behind Washi a little bit too much.
Do you think he rage quit then?
I probably.
That's very, very much frowned upon now, isn't it, rage quitting? But we don't know. Maybe he just lost connection or something.
Yeah.
But back at the front, Schnitzel leads Nesrin by 6.7 seconds. Joshua Luke is 3rd, and the battle between 3, 4 and 5 is all strung out with about a second between them, so there's not an imminent move there. So let's go through the rest of the field. Extreme is 5th in the Haas. 6th is Idika in the Force India. 7th is Norrell in the Red Bull. 8th place is Lakitu, who gets out of shape in the Haas, so he's going to get the final point of this session. Washi is 6.6 seconds behind him in 9th. Then we've got Tom in the Force India in 10th, as Extrema gets the 3-second time penalty. So his battle with De Thomas is probably going to be lost. And Cam is 11th. Jason 12th. Sorry, Ben.
No problem. I was going to say, I hope you're keeping an eye on all the penalties and how they...
No. I asked my wife last week after the race whether she would be like, note them all down, and I didn't get any answer, but I got a look, so I guess that's not going to happen. You haven't got anyone there, small child or dog or something that can make a note of it? Or?
Well, I'm sure my 3-year-old could give us a hand.
Practice for his writing homework before we start school.
Well, the delta with Extrema and De Thomas has really come down now.
Yeah,
so
we're watching that battle.
An opportunity for Extrema coming down the pit straight.
Right on board him out of the last corner. In 5th, chasing down De Thomas and the McLaren in 4th.
He's got DRS.
Yeah, two DRS zones here, isn't there? I think. Am I right to say?
There is.
There's one coming up,
right.
isn't there?
There are, yeah.
So we've only got 4 and a bit laps to go, and this is the real battle. This is for the podium because
DRS point.
Yeah, here we go then. So De Thomas has got DRS because he's close to Joshua Luke, and Extrema has got DRS as well. We ride on board as we come down to turn 7. This corner here, turn 8, I find very easy to brake too late.
You can definitely do it. If you miss your marker, then you're going to just keep on going. It is a tricky corner.
So still riding on board, and I must say, Washi did ask for some more respectful racing, and overall I think it's been pretty good, isn't it? The standard has been much better.
Well, if you consider from race 1 in Monza, it was absolute carnage. There was just no respect for the drivers, I don't think. You can see they definitely respected each other a lot more in this round.
Yeah, there were some mitigating circumstances where people had technical issues which caused crashes, certainly in race 1, but there were certainly other incidents that were not down to technical issues. But meanwhile, we'll stop waffling on about that because De Thomas is now really, really close to Joshua Luke. We're going to go off board so we can catch the 3 of them all in shot. And in fact, De Thomas is, he's got Extrema right with him.
Extrema, he's right all over his gearbox. This will be a perfect opportunity. Now, De Thomas won't get the DRS, I don't think, or will he?
Ooh, Extreme runs really wide there.
Wow. No, he doesn't. He doesn't get the DRS. So Extremer's got it.
Okay, so this is a big opportunity for Extremer because he's going to have DRS, and I don't think De Thomas is going to. It's close though. He's only second behind. I really need to brush up as where the detection zone is. It's probably about here, is it? Detection point, sorry.
So yeah, detection 1 is straight after turn 2.
Okay, right. So he didn't get it, I don't think. So it's still Joshua Luke 3rd, De Thomas 4th, Extremer 5th. Now Iidika, interesting enough, is 1.8. I have not noticed. I presume he's been closing up on this battle. He's in 6th, and he's not completely out of it yet.
No, he's not. That delta has been dropping. It was 2.3 seconds, and now we're 1.6. So he's going to be in the thick of it very soon.
Yeah, certainly. If any of these three hold each other up, he's going to be right there, and I think he'll be pretty aggressive.
He's on the ultra softs as well. Those guys are going to be on worn super softs.
Okay. So yeah, he really is closer. The gap's 1.3. Oh, he nearly loses it at the back end there, Iidika, the Force India.
I thought he was going then. I was quite surprised. He kept that very well.
Some of these guys are catching these slides pretty well, some of these quick guys. So down to turn 16. They're down to the PK turn 17. Iidika is close, but it's Extremer who's all over De Thomas's gearbox.
Surely he has to get this move done this lap.
Now, De Thomas is still within DRS range of Joshua Luke, so that will help him somewhat.
He is, yeah. He'll gain that.
What's his exit?
Really
oh,
that was wide.
That was a bit too wide, but he's still going to have a go at the inside, I think.
I think he's going to go for it, you know.
No, they don't. Oh, they don't hit each other. Good driving there between the two of them. And look at Iidika on those softer ultra softs. He really wants to get involved in this battle. He's in 6th place.
You'll hit the next detection zone coming up here now. DRS activated through here.
Extreme has got a 3-second time penalty. Oh dear, what a shame for the battle. But I think he'll still go for it. Run down to turn 7. Oh, Extreme nearly goes for it. But De Thomas holds his line, and now Iidika is really close by. He thinks about a look, doesn't go for it. This is a really fun battle.
This is great between these three.
I find as well that sometimes when you're driving, it's not always easy to notice all these penalties and then to tot them up in your head and say, do I need to pass this guy or not?
I personally can't do it. I just wait till the end.
No, just race as if you're racing. So Iidika is going to come up the inside of Extreme. He's not. Now this is allowing Joshua Luke to get away in 3rd, so he's pretty set in 3rd. Nesrin is clear in 2nd, and Schnitzel, if he doesn't make a mistake, will win this race. But this is the battle for 4, 5 and 6.
Well, that delta between Schnitzel and Nesrin is increased by a second and a half now, so Schnitzel really planting his place in P1.
Right, this race has gone much quicker than the first race. I've really enjoyed it. So we're coming across the line with 2 laps to go for these guys. So riding on board with Iidika in 6th, Extremer in the Haas ahead in 5th, then De Thomas ahead of him in 4th. The Renault's not too far ahead, but they're probably going to be clear of these lot unless something untoward happens. So we're going to go forward to ride on board now with Extremer because he is really close to De Thomas and he brushes the wall.
Iidika with DRS there. But he's too far back to do anything.
Extremer thought about having a go as Cam gets a 3-second time penalty. So these penalties are really racking up in the second race. Great overhead shot here of these three. 4, 5 and 6 completely together. This is good racing because sometimes you look at battle and you think this is going to end in tears, but I don't necessarily think this will. Might be a curse of the commentator. De Thomas has got a 3-second penalty.
Oh wow.
Right, so that means that Iidika is already 4th because the two in front have both got penalties, unless we missed an Iidika penalty earlier.
I haven't noticed one.
No. Oh, and there's a coming together as De Thomas gets hit up the back by Extremer. And this is going to allow Iidika, and Iidika looks racy. He doesn't, to me, look like someone that's going to sit there within 3 seconds and let these guys just do what they want.
The two Renault drivers, Nezran and Joshua, really close with each other now, so these two are going to have a really close battle.
Right, well, Schnitzel has crossed the line, so he's already on his last lap. We'll look at him again shortly, but we're just focusing on this battle for 4th, 5th and 6th. Excuse me. Riding on board with Extrema.
Idika looking to make the move there.
Yeah, De Thomas looks like he's broken away from the DRS zone at this point. He has. But Idika, he's got to watch him, because De Thomas, in theory, well, I don't think he will get 3 seconds ahead, and then he might hold that position. They go side by side.
Oh, wow. A little bit of contact there.
Idika on the outside. Action. Yeah, good stuff. Extrema on the inside.
Good switchback. Great switchback. Good traction out of there. Does he get it?
Well, unlucky. But again, Idika needs to just realise that he's going to get that position. But he wants to get by to make sure he finishes ahead of De Thomas with the 3-second penalty as well. Oh, up the inside. That's not going to go well. They survive. Meanwhile, at the front, Schnitzel is nearly home. Keep an eye on that battle for me, Ben.
Oh,
I'm just going to follow.
Joshua's lost back end. Oh, good. He managed to keep hold of that.
So
He's
we're watching.
Lost half a second, though.
Okay, watching 2, 3, 4.
Schnitzel coming through the last couple of corners now.
Yeah, we're just watching him. I'm losing my voice and all the excitement, but Schnitzel is going to take his 2nd podium of the season. He wins round 4 here in Singapore. Fantastic win in the Toro Rosso, but we'll immediately go back where Nezran is second.
Look at Idika all over the back of Extrema.
He can't know there's a penalty, surely. He doesn't know there's a penalty, otherwise he wouldn't be battling like this. So Nezran will finish 3rd behind Joshua Luke. Oh, he's done it. Oh no, because of the penalty, sorry. Idika finishes 4th anyway. So, Schnitzel wins from Joshua Luke. Nezran is 3rd, Idika's 4th, De Thomas 5th, Extrema 6th. Lakitu will be the next driver home in the Haas in 7th. So he scores points for a 1st and a 7th. Norrell is 8th. So Washi, a better race for him, but he's going to finish outside the points. And he's got his hands on his helmet. It's not that bad, mate. Come on. Unless he's waving to his mum, I don't know. Tom is 10th place in the Force India. No points, so remember, guys, for 10th. I know there's a lot of comments about, you didn't give me a point, I finished 10th. Remember, no points for 10th. Cam is going to come home 11th, and Jason is going to be the last guy home, so let's just ride with him. So, your assessment then, Ben, what did you think of race 2?
Much better race. Closer battles. Plus it was dry.
I didn't see any really bad driving at all. There are a few little touches, but really good, respectful racing. Proper AOR stuff.
Well, this is what AOR's about. Nice, clean, respectable driving, and that race went to show that.
Good stuff. We'll just hang around for the podium and see the guys get their champagne. Next up will be next weekend.
Malaysia,
which I'm looking forward to myself. I like that circuit. So there's the podium. 2 Renaults. Joshua Luke and Nezran on the podium, but there is your winner. Schnitzel, the German driver. Great performance.
Fantastic drive.
And again, if I had someone that would like to do the calculations quickly, I could tell you he's leading the championship, but we'll have to wait for Washi to put the official results up later. But anyway, thanks for everyone.
Unless you know the points.
Well, I know the points, yeah, but you're much younger than me. Can you work it out? No, anyway.
No.
It's certainly Idika's not going to be in the lead of the championship. I don't think it's probably going to be Schnitzel or Joshua Luke. But next time, perhaps we'll have a calculator ready. But thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, Ben.
Yeah, it's been great, mate. Thanks for having me.
Great. We'll join you next time. Take care.